Good evening, all, and welcome to the Tactical Devils. It's a night of celebration, guys. We have just won against Manchester City. It's not every day we won the game 2-0, and all of you guys tuned in for the Tactical Devils. It's been a great day. I'm so happy. Arsenal drew, Liverpool drew. So, Chelsea won, but I think we are sitting fifth in the table at the moment. So things are looking good. It's looking bright. So, guys, I just wanna say this will be a tactical show. Stu and I will break down the tactics. We will talk about what happened, how we played with double fullbacks, how we played compact, how we denied City space in the half spaces. We let them have possession. We trapped them to the sides and we went in aggressive. We won the ball. We took our time. And actually, now analyzing this a little bit more, I come to a conclusion for the man of my match. That was Kobe Mainu. I think he was immense. He worked like he was possessed today. One of the better performance I've seen from this kid. He was so fantastic. I see a lot of you guys have tuned in. I see. Let me just scroll up a little bit. I see Gas Elliott is here. Tom Porter, Better Call Ruben, and the madness. And the madness. I haven't forgot. You said Man United is going to win 3-2. We won, but you didn't have the right result. But big up for keeping the optimism. Same goes to Mark, Glaciers Out, and Trev. All of you guys all of you predicted the win. So at least we have a fan base who believes in the team. So big up, guys. Big up. Who else do we have in the house? Let me just scroll down a little bit. A lot of comments already in the chat. So, and I am Titanium as tuned in, and Danny B. I just wanted to say, here's Stu. Good to see you, Stu. I'm looking forward to hearing your take on the game. But first, we will play the intro, and I have a little something for you saved up. So, guys, stay tuned, and Stu and I will be back after the intro. Boom, 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 boom. The Tactical Devils are back for the tactical match reaction on the Manchester United Manchester City game. Before we go into it, guys, I just wanna play this, and it's a credit from Adam W. Crom. So big up and thank you for this. 20,000 empty seat. Are you effing sure? Yes, that's how you do it. It's so good. I feel so happy tonight. This is by far one of my better Man United days in my whole life. We actually played so well tonight. It was such a joy to watch the team. And guys, girls, smash the like. And I want to introduce you, and I want to hear your take on the game. How are you, by the way?
I've been buzzing all day. Went shopping this afternoon. Buzzing. I've just been buzzing. Do you know what? We felt trepidation yesterday. Let's be honest. All of us. We were hoping for a win. And I think the way that we played today, I've got mixed feelings, by the way. I'm going to tell you now, because where were they 3 weeks ago when we were drawing at Leeds, Burnley, that type of thing? Where were they then? What has changed in 3 days that they couldn't have delivered?
They have released the Amarim shackles.
I don't know. Yeah, I guess so. But there's so much to marvel at in many ways. I was disappointed with Cunha not starting, but actually I could see the logic behind it. We spoke about it yesterday, didn't we? I didn't want Cunha as a 10. I wanted him as an 8. I could see the logic behind it. I didn't think the game would be good for Mainu. I was incorrect. I'm with you. I thought Mainu was outstanding. Although he did get lost, didn't he, in the phase of play just after about 50 minutes, 50 to 60, 65 minutes, he lost his way. And all of a sudden, he reappeared and re-emerged. Now, players don't do that at Manchester United. They haven't done that since Roy Keane, since Paul Scholes, since Stevie Bruce. And how many times, Job, has me and you sat in here, and I've said to you, when it's going bad for you, take yourself out of the game. Okay, and then find yourself and do it. I'm not saying that's what Mainu did, but I think that's what happened to him. Big up to Pete, by the way. Pete and Jarvis, you put on a brilliant show. I have watched it since I've been home. I thought you put on a brilliant show earlier. So just to be clear. So I thought Mbeumo and Ahmad added that spark we've been missing for a while. Maguire, as me and you have been speaking about for the last 6 weeks, complete game changer. The way that we defended, the way that we're more compact. Martinez was a better defender today for it. Luke Shaw was a better defender today for it. Dalot is useless, but I don't think that really matters who is playing alongside him.
Well, it wasn't entirely useless. He had a save on the line.
Useless. Yeah, not entirely useless, but you need to be better than what he's producing. I thought Dorgu had a solid-ish game on the left. Again, I would have preferred that.
He was instrumental today in his aggressiveness, and actually we will come into it.
Yeah, how you say? I would go with solid-ish. I didn't think he was truly outstanding, but he did what he needed to do within that area. But the best part of it all, guys, the best part of the game was watching Pep Guardiola 36 minutes in, not knowing what to do. He had a complete blank expression. He was done over. He was crying. He was about to phone Gianni Infantino to say, what the fucking hell's going on here? Can you put a stop to this game? Because we ain't winning it. And I thought he was arrogant in his lineup choice. I thought he was arrogant. There was no Rangers in there. There was no Cherky.
He didn't respect us.
He didn't respect us at all by his lineup change. However, I've seen that.
This is it's priceless. It's priceless.
We've shown him today what football is about, and it isn't about Manchester City. You haven't kind of come into the Premier League and rolled over Manchester United all of a sudden, Guardiola, because we've had the better of you over the last 2 seasons comfortably. And so I thought the goals were well taken. Mount's third. It must have been a gnat's whisker, Jarvis, being offside. It must have been. It looked onside to me. So we've had the ball in the back of the net 5 times, by the way, gentlemen and ladies, against City. 5 fucking times. Doesn't often happen that. And we were well worth the 5 times. So looking forward to getting into it with you, pal, to be honest.
Yes.
I think a lot to talk about. And I think we can be critical on some areas of the game. I think you'll appreciate that, and I think you were critical actually in our little messages on occasions on some areas of the game, but we did more right than wrong today. So can't believe it. Donnarumma, by the way, yeah, absolutely had a worldie today, didn't he?
Donnarumma,
that's what top keepers are there for, isn't it?
That's why the goalkeeper are there. There's so many comments coming in. Sorry if I don't put out every message. I just need to come down to the bottom of the screen. I see Yala Malmin is in the house, and a lot of you people. Peter is here, and Lawrence Burry, and all of you guys. Thank you for tuning in. Kev is in the house. Kev is in the building. Yeah, Abdi is in the house. Big up, guys. Good to see you. And Yala comes in and say Ahmad goal also looked onside to me. Yeah, we will talk about the offsides and the last goal, why they disallowed it for an offside. I have some footage and I have a lot of questions.
You've got the footage because in the UK, Jarvis, we didn't see any replays.
I have the replay. I have the
We didn't.
VAR pictures,
Okay,
but
we didn't.
strangely enough, I think they measured on the wrong guy, because I think for me Rodri was much deeper than I think it was Kusanov who was on Cunha. So we will have a look, and I'm interested hearing your take on it. Dan ILP is also in the house. Big up, coming in and say, I will catch up later, guys. Out celebrating. Great to be the dopers and Anthony Taylor. Yeah, guys, talking about celebrations tonight, I poured myself a glass of bubbles.
I've got a coffee.
So, if you see Jarvis sitting here sipping on a glass of bubbles,
Well, okay,
it's an evening of celebration.
But why don't you tell everybody that it's a Cristal 67? It's not. Look, he hasn't gone down to his local Aldi or Tesco, as in the UK. He's gone to his wine merchant, his own sommelier, and he said, right, I want a Cristal, I want a 67, make it look like it's a cheap bottle. And so when I'm showing, it's yes, he's got no, absolutely fucking superb. No, isn't it great though to be a part of something that none of us really expected? It's just fucking brilliant.
Jarvis poured himself a glass of Michael Jackson's bubbles. No, I didn't. No, I did not. Sean comes in and say, can I put Guinness in the champagne flute? Obviously you can drink as much Guinness as you like, my friend. It's a night for celebration, but only one glass,
Yes,
I gotta take care of myself, and there is a day tomorrow. So cheers, everybody, and enjoy. I wanna go into the game a little bit. So let's bring up the tactical board first of all, or should we go to the stats? What do you want to do first, Stu?
Let's do the stats, and then we'll do the tactical board, and then what I'm more looking forward to tonight, more than the actual tactical board itself and the stats, is the video footage, so that we can really talk about it and talk about the movement. And where we were good and where we were average, and where City were good and where City was average. Just a quick question, though, to everybody out there. Has anybody seen Rodri?
I don't know. I thought he was injured. Did he play today?
I don't know if he played today. And there's somebody called Erling. Is it Haaland? Have I got that right?
No, it's Alfie. Alfie Haaland was the guy who played for Leeds.
Because it looked like Alfie Haaland was playing today, because Mr. Martinez just did that. Just stick it right in here. Didn't get a fucking kick.
And Maguire, just gave him a hug. You saw that right at the end of the first half, like a double whammy, and Haaland just
dropped
like a
it was
plastic fish in
Yeah, it was fantastic. We got some talking points, haven't we? I think we got some talking points.
We have a lot of things to talk about. Yeah, we have a lot of things.
There are some fouls that we need to talk about as well, aren't there? So.
Kev, you genuinely can't remember seeing Rodri on the pitch. Yeah,
that's my point, and Kev's right here, because that is a big shock. Because the Rodri of old, has anyone seen Turkey as well? Yeah, but the Rodri of old, he dominates in there. We know that, Jarvis. We both know that. So. It was absolutely brilliant.
And Abdi, you are on to it. It's about compactness. Made the team off the ball, and not just compactness. It's the way we pressed. It's the way we trapped them. It's the way we forced them into certain areas. It's a lot of things. I will go into it, but first of all, let's just take get the stats on the screen. So if you look. Interestingly enough, Stu, when you look at the possession stats, Manchester City have 68% possession.
Yeah.
Didn't look like it, but they had. We had only 32%. But when you look at the XG, we had 2.27 XG, and they had only 0.45.
But what were they doing with their... I mean, this is a serious question, mate. What were they doing with their possession? Because we spoke last night, actually. If anyone saw last night... That's what I was going to say. Because if anyone saw last night's show, me and Jarvis we never disagree, me and Jarvis, actually, when it comes to football. We see football very, very similar. We just get there a little bit of a different way, don't we? And actually, we probably thought last night we were disagreeing because you actually said it for the first time ever. I don't disagree with you, but yet actually we were both right. We went about it in a different way. And for the first time, and this is why I want to bring up the possession stats. The first time we did repel them quite high up in phases of the play, like I wanted. And then we also pressed them in the middle, which is what you wanted. So in a roundabout way, me old mate, we kind of pressed where we wanted them to press, but in a different way. And I think Mbeumo and Abad in particular were very good at pushing Usman off, and I can't remember the other centre-half's name. Apologies.
Yes, the young centre back, Max Aleni,
young Aleni or Alanis, whatever his name is. And we were very good at pushing them back into those areas. But when they stepped forward, we were equally as good at swarming. Mainly was very good at that today. Bruno is very good at that. Casemiro, I'm a bit lost for words on how to describe his game today because he didn't really appear in the first 20, 25 minutes. Then he appeared, then he didn't, then he appeared. He was almost a ghost today, but he ghosted and appeared like Casper the Friendly Ghost, in the right places at the right time. It reminded me very much of Casemiro at Real Madrid, the way that he positioned himself. So I wanted to get that in. I wanted to get that in, pal, because it's not often we're wrong, as it happens, and not often we don't agree. But actually, we kind of got there.
We got there in the end, and we talked about the things that happened on the pitch. But I wanna just go through the rest of the stats. And when you look at total shots, for having 32% possession, we had 11 shots, and we had 7 shots on target, and we created 6 big chances. And shots on target. We have had a couple of chances in the post. Ahmad had one at the end of the game. Maguire had one in the beginning on the corner kick. He headed the ball. For me, we deserved to win the game. Maybe 4-0, maybe 5-0 even. We had so many chances, and
100%.
We dominated City so much. It doesn't matter if you have possession, because we were just waiting. We were in full control for every minute of the game, I felt like. But I don't know if it's down to work rates or aggression or the way Carrick set up the team, because it wasn't any rocket science behind it, playing compact. But he tweaked a couple of small things, and I want to bring up the tactical board, Stu, and show you what I think about how he did it. Because when you look at Man United here, I set everybody very compact, especially the back four.
You did,
and when Manchester City attacked, we almost played like with double fullbacks in a way, on both sides, because the width was the only thing they had.
Yeah.
And we had Casemiro and Mainu working really hard, and even Mbeumo dropping down, and at times, when we defended deep, we defended like this. It was so compact, and we were so aggressive when we had the chance, and we had no fear in the way we attacked. And as soon as Manchester City had the ball, let's say it's Dorgu, we just let him have the ball. No worry, because you shall not pass. You can't go through 3 guys. And when they tried to play it back again, we were super aggressive, especially Casemiro. I loved how he commanded that midfield, shielded Martinez and Maguire all the time. If you look at it, you talked about this, the role of the DM, being in between, being the shield all the time. So in a way, it was easy for Martinez and Maguire to handle Haaland all the time, because they didn't have to worry about all the runs, late runs from the number 10s and the openings in the half spaces and all of this, because we kept it compact and we kept the aggression for the full 90. And I think that was one of the keys. Also, when it comes to Manchester City, when they tried to build out, when they played out from their back, the way we pressed. When I talk about press play, I think Bruno and Mbeumo had one job and one job only.
Exactly right.
That was to stop all the passing lanes to Rodri. Rodri was the key man. So they couldn't find Rodri. And if they found Rodri, one was in front of him and one was behind him. So he couldn't go nowhere. He could only bounce past the ball back again or just keep the ball in possession. He couldn't turn. He could never turn. And I think that was so vital. And also, sometimes Bruno was a little bit deeper. So when Mbeumo dropped deep, Rodri tried to follow. Instantly, Bruno moved the counter movement into the same space Bruno came from. Mbeumo came from. We talked about this a lot of times about the 3-10s of Manchester City yesterday.
Yes,
but actually, we played Manchester City's tricks on them.
Yeah. So the only question I've got is, and you're absolutely right, because that's exactly what I saw. And I must admit, mate, I was having a bit of a giggle. I almost text you just privately to say, I'm sorry, guys. This is a real ego thing to say, and I really do apologise, because me and Jarvis, we're not ego men. But I almost text you, said, "Fucking hell, mate, we do know ball," because that's exactly what they were doing. And I didn't, because it's not us, is it? We don't do that. I never say that to you ever, do I?
No.
Never said that to you. And I wouldn't do that.
I can give you credits too, but I don't want to give myself credit. It's
and vice versa. But you know what I would be saying there, wouldn't you? If I just text that to you, you know what I'd be saying, because you must have had the same smile on your face when we were watching it unfold. It's as if Michael Carrick talked about, or we, listened to what we were talking about last night, because it unfolded exactly the way we thought it would. The personnel was different. We didn't pick the right personnel. The personnel was different, but the essence of what we were talking about,
the essence was there. Yeah, 100%. 100%.
I was grinning, really, because I thought, you know what, it's one of those.
Yeah, Carlos is keeping it down to earth. He's saying not getting carried away. We've seen this all before. We know they meet up in the big games. So I want to see them do this against West Ham in a month's time. That's
Arsenal next, haven't we? Arsenal have got
Arsenal. Well, it could be another game. They show up. It's a big game. So, but then again, after the Arsenal game, we can see us going on a three game losing streak. So we need to see more.
Yeah.
I wanna go back to the tactical board and talk a little bit more about what I saw. I talked about when they played out from the back, we man marked Rodri, those two guys, and the rest of them were just waiting. And I would say Mainu and Casemiro almost they played staggered, but the key was Ahmad and Dorgu. They were almost like we played with a diamond in the middle, and they kept it compact. They didn't go wide when we defend, and the way we pressed. Let's say Silva was on the ball in this instance. Let's say we have Silva on the ball. The way Ahmad pressed, he pressed from the outside and pushed them inwards. So the pass was always going this way. So we tried to trap them on one side. And when, let's say it was Lewis who had the ball, it was time for Dorgu to step up. We shifted over and Dorgu was super aggressive. And we won the ball, let's say in the first half, I would say at least 2 or 3, maybe 4 times because of this. The way we angled our press, moved them over to one side. And when we had them in our area, I think this was the game plan. When we had them in this area here or in this area here, both with Ahmad and both with Dorgu, we went super aggressive. This is where the key moment went to bite.
Yeah, well, I was going to say, we operated like the archetypal Venus flytrap. We were there. Thank you very much. Swallow, gulp. That's how we were. The way that we played them was absolutely particular. Pete's comment here was absolutely fantastic. Watching Jarvis and Stu after this win is like two kids robbed the sweet shop. Absolutely. Absolutely. It's
big up Bailey and Tenno.
Big up Pete. Yeah, it's great just to do that. But no, we dominated those areas quite nicely. But Rodri just didn't know what to do, you know. And this is the thing, isn't it? When Rodri has that space and he has that time, he's got the ability to move the ball nicely and keep them going and shadow the back. He just didn't know what to do. He got no confidence in his two centre halves. And if it hadn't been for Donnarumma, it would have been a cricket score. It really would have today, an absolute cricket score. You know, again, I didn't understand the Rangers, why he left the Rangers at the team. Rangers have scored something like twice, 2 and 3.
Pep should have listened to me. I said, don't play Semenyo. Don't play Semenyo. You can't play both Semenyo and Dorgu. I said it.
And Foden for me. You can't play Semenyo and Foden, Dorgu and Foden, Semenyo and Dorgu. You can't do it. Just can't get the two. They're all the same. Thought Semenyo did okay. But to be honest, I thought Luke Shaw, it didn't cause Luke Shaw any problems whatsoever, really. Not major problems. The only issue we had, I mean, both bookings were a little bit suspect. No, actually, I say suspect because the one was a straight red, in my opinion. So how we got away with that, I don't know. But I don't care that we got away with it. I'm quite happy that we got away with it, to be honest. But
you got to be happy we got away with it. But yeah, I see some of the people are mentioning I showed it on the other show, but we can show it again. You know, I think it's we were quite lucky. Grace is denying it was a red card. She said he hardly touched him. So again, you see here Italo coming in. Oof.
I mean, it's the problem is you got your full foot on the knee.
You got away with it studs up, you know.
Yeah, he got away with it because what did they say? There wasn't any pressure applied. Is that correct?
They said it was something like that. Was
pressure,
soft,
wasn't it?
You know, he did. Yeah.
Ultimately, foot on the knee. It's a red. It's a straight red. So, but you know, Anthony Taylor made a lot of questionable decisions anyway. There was a lot went against us today, but for the first time, we didn't actually lose our rag properly. We kind of got on with it, and I think that maybe helped us in a way. But this is straight red. That is. I'm sorry.
But the thing is, I was so worried because in that first half, Dallas didn't seem to calm down after this. You know, you should instantly think, "Oh, I dodged a bullet. It's time to slow it down. Take it down a notch." But it didn't. You know, he was so fired up. 1 minute after this, we got a free kick. They got a free kick on the mid.
Who's in this? Grace, you're so funny. I love it. Oh, let me get it up. Beautiful tackle. What's the problem? Jarvis, we have missed Sancheet's super chat.
Did we?
We've missed it. It's my fault. I saw it and I hovered over it and I missed it. Sancheet, I'm so sorry, mate. I hope you're still watching.
I will play the.
Give him the jingle.
Well, I don't have a super set jingle for Sancheet. I want to play this one for you. This is for you, buddy. And I would have the credit to Adam W. Crom. Go check out his YouTube page.
Fantastic.
It's for you, Sancheet.
Early. I know it's early, but I saw Sir Alex Ferguson swagger. Just to remind, these are the ditto players Amarin had. I've not seen these players smiling like that. Yeah, it's a really good message, that, Sancheet. And I agree with you. These are the players that Amarin had. And within 3 days, mind blown, bearing in mind and everything like that, we do a real number on City. So thank you so much for that super chat, old friend. It's thank you. Really
thank you, Sancheet, and to all of you guys, Manchester City fans out there. The city is yours. 20,000 empty seats. Are you effing sure? That's just what I want to say about that.
Absolutely. It is worth mentioning, by
It's
the
so
way.
good, winning over a cartoon team like Manchester City with no soul. They have oil money pumping in. They've spent more than $1 billion in the last year or so, 2 years or so. It's are you effing kidding me? And this is what they got.
Interesting, because I didn't think City were anything today. Even I thought Cherky was abysmal when he came on. Absolutely abysmal. I mean, he's been playing some good stuff recently. He was terrible. Reinders was probably, well, Reinders, however you pronounce it, I thought was probably the most effective when he came on. I thought Foden was a waste of space today. Semenyo looked good in patches. I'll give Semenyo. I'm really pissed off about Semenyo. We didn't get him because there's something about it. He's going to be very, very good. And they've only bought Gay as well, haven't they? It's not been done yet. But they've got him bought
By
in.
the way, this is Pep. Daddy Shake. I need another 200
Another
million.
200 million, please. I can't cope with this. I can't cope.
Blank check.
Yeah, this is a good one for Jamie, by the way. This wins for the fans. I like this. Who've been through a lot this season. It's been depressing, absolutely, Jamie. You're 100% right. Tonight's the night where we do enjoy it. We act giddy like kids. We did say, didn't we, last night, Jarvis? We'd be giddy if we won. Fuck it. Who cares? We should be giddy. We should be happy. Football's about this, isn't it? Trev says, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Rinder. Rinder. Yeah, that's him. The Christmas jokes are back. Trev, save that till later on in the year, my old mate.
Feel free, Trev. Stu is here.
Serious Bart, good to see you. I know you're a Liverpool fan. You can't be happy today with the Burnley result, but it just goes to show, Jarvis. But Burnley were dogged against us.
Yeah,
it just goes to show, doesn't it?
It's a Premier League. There's no easy games.
It could go next week against the Emirates, but I can't imagine now that Arsenal, with their performance today, they huffed and they puffed. They didn't blow the house down at all. Little Red Riding Hood is still standing in Nottingham tonight, or Lady Godiva will be still standing at Nottingham tonight. But the ultimate thing about it is that we could go to the Emirates and win, but we could easily go and get beat by a set piece.
By the way, Stu, I heard Lady Godiva in Queen. Lady Godiva.
That's it. Yeah. That's in Bohemian Rhapsody.
Who is yeah?
Actually, Lady Godiva. I think she was the one that rode through Coventry unrobed.
Okay. That's Lady Godiva. Ladies and gentlemen.
Lady Godiva.
By the way, I want to show.
Everybody will tell us in the chat anyway, won't they?
Yeah. I want to show this. It's a tweet from the Swedish Rumble. Big up Swedish Rumble. He's so sensible. I watched all his tweets, and he comes in with this extremely stark contrast between the two teams in today's Manchester derby. Pep and Man City have been backed with an apparently £2.5 billion contributed to the Manchester City and City Group. And Man United, on the other hand, has been stripped bare by the US main owners, who have roughly taken a net of £1.3 billion out of the club. So it tells you a little bit about the difference between the teams. And this is the graphs. If you look at the graphs, here's you see here when it comes to funding, Manchester City has been funded with over £2 billion, and we have had owners who have withdrawn £1.3 billion. When you look at the wage bill, this is the wage bill. It's £340 million, and our wage bill is 175. So it tells you a little bit about the difference between the teams and how much money that's actually put into this Manchester City team.
Yeah, it's going to go up as well, isn't it? Because aren't they paying Gay?
I have no respect, because it's if I was a Manchester City fan, this would be unacceptable. But it tells you a little bit about how the dynamics of football actually works. It doesn't matter about the money.
It's going to grow, Jarvis, isn't it? Because aren't they paying Gay 15, 16 million pounds a season? Is that right? 300 grand a week.
That's
So it's going to
that's
go up. It's going to go up, mate. You know, you can. We talk about it all the time, don't we? You know, we know how badly run our football club is. We know how underfunded our football club is. We know all of this, and it's always nice. I wouldn't say underdog. I don't know. I don't know. Derby. It's the same at Anfield. But if Everton were to beat Liverpool at Anfield, you know, would it be an underdog? Not really. Derby games go out the window. We've seen it plenty of times all over the world in derby games, haven't we? Where
I felt we always struggle against Liverpool through the 90s and the 2000s,
yeah, we
even
did.
though we were the Goliath of the day, the Goliath when it came to this. So the derbies are something else, and we know it. But again, you know, I have to commend Michael Carrick. I think Ollie beat
City.
Pep and City four times. So this was actually Michael Carrick's fifth time beating Pep Guardiola.
Yeah, it's really interesting, and I think for us, you know, today the thing is though, we all know it's about football. Today means nothing if we can't go and do some at Arsenal, or we can't beat West Ham, we can't beat Tottenham. Tottenham lost again today, 2-1. We're sitting fifth in the league, aren't we? Genuinely fifth. Close the gap on Liverpool.
We are.
We're not going to, you know, to fourth. So fourth is doable this season. I think Aston Villa miles ahead of us right now, something like 43, 44 points, something along those lines. So it's doable, but we've got to make sure that we can keep this momentum going now. We've got a full week.
Well, that's the problem, isn't it, Stu? That's the problem.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. That's true. That's true.
Yeah, so if you look at the table right now, Arsenal is on top, 50 points, City 43, Villa 43.
Did Chelsea lose?
Chelsea won the game 1-0 or 2-0 over Brentford.
Is that the current league?
Yeah, I just updated it. So
I didn't think we were. I thought we were. No, I thought. Okay, brilliant. Oh, we were a point ahead. Chelsea. How did I forgot? We were a point ahead of Chelsea, weren't we? We're going into this. I forgot. I was concentrating on Liverpool. Yeah. Okay. So Liverpool's goal difference is phenomenal when you consider they're only +4.
Yeah, but it's good for us. Liverpool drew, so we can even go fourth. So I think there's a fight for the fourth and fifth place between us, Liverpool, Chelsea, and I will also include Newcastle. If they win, they will be on 35 points.
They're not going to beat Villa, surely. I mean, Villa have got a chance to go second. I think Villa could have an absolute stellar season this year. We could really dent Arsenal's championship if Villa win tomorrow. Tomorrow, it must be tomorrow night. I know we're Saturday, aren't we? I keep forgetting we're Saturday. There's been a load of games today, hasn't a live game? So we're Saturday. So Villa can beat Newcastle tomorrow, leapfrog City, and we do a number on Arsenal, and Villa can really, really kick on here. It's a good chance.
And if you go a little bit slower on the table, I don't see Brighton's and Spurs coming back into it now. 27 points on Spurs. So I think we should focus on Liverpool, Chelsea, and Newcastle, you know, and Man United. So it's 4 teams chasing the 2 Champions League places. For me, you never know with Brentford and Sunderland, but I don't think they have it in them. You know, it's a long season. You know, it will be a lot of games. But you never know. There's always a surprise or two when it comes to the Premier League. We saw Nottingham Forest last season, for example.
Yeah. What's the bottom of the table looking like?
See, Wolves dead last, 7 points. Burnley 14. West Ham won today.
Yeah, they did. I'm taking my nephew tomorrow to watch Wolves Newcastle. I'm taking my nephew because my brother can't go, so he wanted me to take him, so I'll take him. So I'm quite looking forward to seeing Newcastle as it is. But so Leeds, what did Leeds do today? They must have.
Leeds, they won.
Leeds won. It's true. West Ham won. Bournemouth won. Tottenham, Palace are in just free fall, aren't they?
Palace is really dropping off. I think we have Palace coming up after the Arsenal game. if I'm not wrong.
I'm not sure what our next few games are. I mean, the guys will be able to tell us, but
Yeah.
we've got to keep going now, pal.
You got to just play one game at a time, as they always say. I think that's something Michael Carrick would say. You got to play one game at a time. Yeah.
He would say that. Well, you've got to do it in a northeastern accent, which I can't do anyway. So I don't know why I'm
Georgian accent. No,
he's yes, he's Geordie. Yeah, he's Newcastle. Yes, he's a Geordie accent.
I can't do that.
No, I can't.
No. But I don't know. Hopefully we can do this. I feel so much more. I feel relieved. I feel energetic right now because Man United showed something I haven't seen in a long time. They were brave. They were aggressive. They ran like they were possessed. And there is something. We have a membership chat from I Am Titanium. He says the look on Holland's face was priceless.
It was, yeah. It was
like he was about to cry.
I think Dorgu was I think Dorgu was holding his hand, wasn't he? They both looked truly sad. Guardiola was crying. I mean, his interview, typical sarcastic interview, wasn't it? What a better team won. It's just sarcastic. They ran more than us. They had more energy than us. He picked a team. He was arrogant in the way that he picked his team, and he got beaten. Interestingly enough, Jamie says he's asked you, "Are you?" Rich has asked if he could come on, and Jamie says, "Are you happy with the squad?"
Yeah, sure,
now, I think it's a really interesting one on that one, pal, because we are an injury away from disaster again, aren't we? In the middle of the park.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. So we do need to strengthen, Jamie. No two ways about it. Because if we get into a position,
not Loftus-Cheek, not
Loftus-Cheek.
No.
I thought we spent an hour laughing at Loftus-Cheek last. Sorry, Ruben Loftus-Cheek. We shouldn't be laughing at you because you are a professional footballer, multi-millionaire, and you made it at the very highest level. So we shouldn't be laughing at him at that, but he's not the answer for us. The answer now, Jarvis, is if we manage to nick 4th place next weekend, you've got to be serious as a club, as a football club. Whether we like City or not, they've got defensive issues. What they're going to do? No thought. They're going to buy Gay. No pissing about. We need a defender. Gay, will you come? Okay. That's what they do. Yeah. If we are sitting in 4th place, Jarvis, we need to stay there. So for me, I'm not happy with the squad now.
No, neither am I. So it's a good question, Jamie. 100% we need to strengthen. And we also know Casemiro, they won't put in a performance like this every time. That's for sure. And we will have injuries. We will have suspensions. And our squad is poor.
Well, let me ask you this.
The squad depth.
Yeah, let me ask you this, Jarvis, and it's a genuine question now. Bruno's come back after 2 weeks out injured with a hamstring injury. Was it 2 weeks or 3 weeks?
2 weeks, I believe.
2 weeks. That won't be fully 100% healed. That could go again any time. So that's what I would.
I believe Bruno is playing injured, to be honest.
So do I.
But he can take it.
I think he's playing injured as well.
Yeah.
I agree. But he's got the World Cup to go to, though, Pat. He's not going to have his break, is he? He's going straight from the Premier League. I think there's a 4-week shutdown, isn't there, of football? 2 weeks of that, he's going to be off.
And we're going to Saudi. We're going to play games or Qatar.
Well,
Dubai.
Don't play him now, but they'll want him, won't they? So I did see that actually. They're going to pay us a lot of money as well, aren't they? Something like 10 million quid.
And we're only waiting for the Ligt now. When he's back, we have more depth in the defense. And Masraoui will be back the 25th of January. So
African Cup of Nations champion.
Hopefully,
I think he'll come back as a champion. Yeah. Very good team, aren't they, Morocco? Very good team.
Very good team, Hakimi. And did you see their goalkeeper, how he saved in that penalty shootout against Nigeria? Bono.
Was that in the semi-final?
Yeah.
Because he went that way and did that, didn't he? Also, didn't he go that way and do that or something? I don't. Or did he? Did he? I'd seen it 3 times, and I can't work out how he did it.
It was crazy, he just walked to the left before he had his shot. The goal was wide open. But
Yes.
the Nigerian striker just looked down on the ball and took the penalty, and just Bonus stood there on the left side and just grabbed the ball, standing up.
It's unbelievable.
If you haven't seen it, Google it and you will find it. It was one of the weirdest penalty saves I've ever seen.
Yeah. And the Madness has got a question. I'm going to let you answer that one because I always get told off when I answer this question.
We also have a question from Grace, I see, about Dorgu. But go with End the Madness first. Big up End the Madness.
Here we go. He's asked us both, but he said, Jarvis and Stu, why could 6 previous managers not do what Carrick did today? And we've asked that ourselves, haven't we? Right at the beginning of the game. That's exactly what I asked because that infuriates me. But
yeah, but I don't think it's on the managers. It's on the players. It's about their attitude. It's a mental thing. And in a game like this, I would say there was actually 0 pressure for them to win. No one expected this.
Yes.
And they can drop their shoulders down a little bit, breathe, and express themselves and play freely because there was nothing to lose. But as soon as now coming into the Arsenal game, the expectation will rise. If we beat Arsenal or at least take a point, the expectation will rise more, and the pressure will be on suddenly because we as a fan base will expect top 4 and the owners. And suddenly then you will see them like high, shoulders high, and starting to crumble and think consequences. I think this is where the problem lies.
Did anyone look at Ratcliffe and Wilcox and Barada there and feel physically sick? Because I did. I felt physically sick.
They dodged a bullet, but it's not their fault, to be honest. They were just pure luck, in my opinion.
No, I totally agree. And the man has said that does answer your question. It's a difficult one to answer, by the way, but Grace is, I like that question. Is Dorgu now a winner over a fullback? I mean, you liked what he produced today, didn't you, Jarvis?
As I said, let me bring up the tackle board again. As I said, you could see them a lot of the time playing almost as double fullbacks. Luke Shaw tucked in and Dorgu on the outside when defending, when Semenyo, for example, had the ball. So we had always, if Ricky Lewis came up, and how they worked together. If the ball went from, for example, Semenyo to Ricky Lewis, Luke Shaw pushed out. So and they were keeping everything compact, and they shifted over. There was so little space.
Down as well, wasn't he, in between or in and around Martinez and Dele?
And also, when I talk about the defending the half spaces, because the half spaces is this area here on each side.
Yeah,
and this is where Manchester City likes to play. We have seen it several times. For example, Foden being on the outside, moving into that half space, and then something happens. It's about dragging players out and create that little space, but they couldn't. We let them have the ball. As I said, if Semenyo was on the ball, we waited. We didn't leave our space open for them to exploit the half space. And this is so incredible. The players was actually aware of their defensive responsibilities tonight. And
don't forget, you were right about that access board, but Casemiro also dropped in and around the D, stayed in and around the D, ready to move up side to side, up or down when he needed to be. And that was absolutely critical for what we were wanting to do today. I was really pleased. Richard said, did Foden play today? We don't believe so. Well, we think he did, but we're not quite sure. Did Foden play, Jarvis? Did you see him?
I think it was subbed after 5 minutes or so, because I think I saw him in the first couple of minutes, but then he disappeared.
I saw him come out, and I saw his face when they were doing the handshakes, and that's the last time I saw him, I think.
Yeah.
So, I thought that's the last time I saw him. But no, you were right about the intelligence that we played with today. It does beg the question, Jarvis, why didn't we play with that intelligence before? I mean, you were spoken about this.
Well, I think now for everybody, all of the players understand the 4-2-3-1 formation. You know, that's basically the standard formation for every team when you grow up, or the 4-4-3-3 or 4-2-2, no,
Exactly.
4-4-2. So they know how to play it. You don't need hours and hours of drilling. And I think they felt uncomfortable playing a little bit out of position when we played in the Amarim 3-4-3. And now we understand, looks like we understand the dynamics of it all. As I said, you see Luke Shaw, you see Dorgu, you know, pushing, dropping, pushing, dropping, and they know where to go. They don't have to think for half a second. Okay, I pushed where? Oh,
Do you
I'm
know
in the
why?
half.
Do you know why that is, Jarvis?
No.
Because they've had their mind blown.
Ooh,
Not
yeah.
anyone can show and blow them. Carrick can blow them off. No, you're absolutely right. The thing is, though, you know, we talk about a 4-2-3-1 situation, which we know is a 4-3-3 stroke 4-4-2. We know all of this, mate. We've talked about it for years. But they did the simple things. Sean's right. They did the simple things very, very effectively today, which we haven't done in a long, long time. We didn't panic on the football. How many times today? There was 4 occasions, 4 phases of play, particularly on the left-hand side, where we were put into tight corners and we were doing one-touch passes, quick, sharp, one touch, one touch, one touch, one touch, and people are going, wow. And I'm thinking, you know how to do. You know how to do that. Why haven't you done it before? Why do it today? You've done it before. And that's the annoying side. But I thought we did keep it simple. I thought Casemiro in particular kept it simple. Bruno, what did he do today that he's not done in weeks? He kept it fucking simple. Did he do a Hollywood ball today? Because I can't remember one. He must have, but I can't actually remember a Hollywood pass he tried. That cross in the first half, by the way, that first time cross.
That was a perfect. When Mbeumo should have actually gone forward and put his head on it to let it go to Dorgu. I don't know why, but I think Mbeumo should have just taken it.
I'm with you on that one. I expect it because the ball, I think, quick, Steve, and it's a goal. I thought Dorgu took it really well, mate. I thought he took it down well to get his shot off. It was really difficult because Usmanov was quite quick, wasn't he, across the ground? He surprised me, Usmanov, with his pace and his power.
Yeah.
Today. He defended okay, to be honest. He was very aggressive, very quick, and he got across very, very quickly. I think it was. I don't think it was Rico Lewis. I think it was Usmanov that got across there quickly, and it was an okay kind of save. But the ball in, by the way, was absolutely phenomenal. In my opinion, I thought it was a great ball.
Yeah. Stu, I want to play you one clip, and it's just to show you what I meant about the press. I know I come in really late in this clip, but basically, just to explain, Bruno comes this way in his press, and it forces the Manchester City players to play over to this side. And when they came into those areas of the pitch, you could see a player like Dorgu getting really, really aggressive, trying to win the ball. So again, you see, you're not jogging into press, you're sprinting into press.
Interesting what you just showed there, by the way. You're absolutely perfect. How many times did Dorgu and Mbeumo knock each other off the ball today?
Yeah, I'd rather than do that no one actually go for the ball.
No, I totally agree. That was a point I was going to make. It's really interesting that. But no, and in fact, the player they were pressing was Rodri. The point you were making.
But they pressed from the outside to the inside, trying to
made him go across,
especially Dorgu's side.
Made him go back, made him go to the side, didn't allow him to move forward, which Rodri does best, and we know he does that better than anybody. So absolutely brilliant to see the way that we did that. We also pressed with a lot of pace, didn't we? We pressed with a lot of aggression today.
Yes,
I thought we gave away a few stupid free kicks. Or hold on, let me reiterate it. He was a bit too easily swayed for me today. Was Anthony? I didn't kind of like the way he refereed the game. I thought he was very easily swayed by City, very easily persuaded by City rather than what actually happened. I thought Shaw's tackle on Rodri, I thought it was clumsy at best, to be honest. I didn't think it was. I could see why it was given, because the knee to the knee front, it was the back of the knee, wasn't it, Rodri's knee? But it was clumsy at best. I don't think it was any malice in that.
No. It was Maguire was looking at the space. He was running, and who was it? Was it Luke Shaw?
Sure, Luke Shaw.
Yeah, him and Luke Shaw. So something happened. There was no malice, but maybe he's got a little injury from that. He was down for a.
He didn't make it back up. He didn't make it back up, did he? Or did he go down just before half time as well, didn't he?
Yeah.
So I wondered if he picked up a bit of an injury. I also wonder if it was his knee, that he was out for about 12 months as cruise ship. I wonder if it was that one.
Yeah. I don't hope he's injured for the World Cup, though, for me.
No, you want to see Rodri playing the World Cup. You want to see the Manchester City Rodri of last year. Yeah. 2 years ago, sorry, the Ballon d'Or winning Rodri, because I think he's fucking fantastic player. I love watching.
We talked a little bit about this cross, this beautiful cross here from Bruno, and right here, I think he should have tried to gone for the header. Maybe it was a little bit too high for him to.
Let's have a look again.
Okay, let's look at it from here.
He could have volleyed it.
He could have volleyed it, but I think here's Dorgu. Maybe Dorgu is shouting "my ball" or something, but Dorgu gets onto it, gets off the shot, but I think the angle is too narrow. It's
one of them. Do you know the interesting thing though, Joe? It was an abysmal ball to Bruno by Ahmad.
Yeah, because he had to stop and go a little bit back.
Terrible ball, and to
kill the momentum with that pass. Yeah, it was a sloppy pass.
To whip that cross in and create a chance was absolutely brilliant. What did you say about the I must have missed it, the Maguire header, because I didn't think it was as bad a miss as people thought. People were ripping him to pieces. It was a difficult header.
When he had it in the crossbar.
Yeah.
No. I think we blocked whoever who was marking Maguire. We've seen this, on the back post with Aiden Heaven. I think there's a set play with us right now. We know how to do now. Yeah. So we set up a block and then we move around the block, and our best guy comes on the back post.
Yeah, they're all saying we should have scored. I thought it was a difficult header personally.
Yeah. And Ahmad also hit the post. I don't have close-ups on it. I have the corner kick, but you don't see it really well. But if you like, we can have a look and see the corner. Let's just gonna load it. Something.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we got 49 watching, 41 likes. If it gets to 50 likes at least, please, that would be absolutely superb.
Yes, guys, on a night like this, we got to celebrate and be happy that we won. At least we can not sit there and piss and moan over United and bad performances. This is why we are here, celebrating the team. So, guys,
yes,
cheers. I'm almost out now. So
almost at you, Crystal. Well, just hold on. Just get Jeeves. He'll come and get you another one.
James,
just put you Jeeves. Yes, that's it. Come on, oi. Jeeves, get there, come on. Put him out the way. Wouldn't it be great if you just saw this white glove?
Yes, Master Bruce, yes.
Yeah. Wouldn't it be great if you just saw this white glove come in and pour your champagne and then go away again? That'd be funny as fuck, that. Sorry, man. Sorry, guys. Apologies. We've gone off piste, as always.
Okay, I will slow it down to, let's say, 0.75, so we will have a little bit better look at it. I think it's Luke Shaw and Dallow who runs in here and trying to block this area, and you see Maguire trying to get around them and come to the back post. I think this is the play. It's from blank range, so close. Well, you should have scored, maybe. Well, he's under pressure. You see, maybe it's Dorgu pushing him.
He couldn't get his head over the ball.
No,
if you know what I mean. He headed it on his forehead, which means he couldn't actually get. If he could got over the ball, I think he scores. It was a lot of people were saying that he should have buried it. I just wanted to make a point. It was a bit of more of a difficult chance than we realise, because he couldn't get over it. If we could have got over it, I think he scores. To be honest.
Yeah, that says it's harder to hit the crossbar, but he thought it was a crossbar challenge. So
yeah, he did. No, I agree. Look, there isn't a right or wrong answer to that. From a, I just think he didn't get over it, and that was the problem. So it kind of come directly off his forehead. Obviously, a man of your caliber, Giles, would have absolutely buried it. You'd have gone.
I would have volleyed it.
Nod,
and not in the first corner. I would volley it in the second corner. Just like Marco van Basten.
Get the chest on, drop it down, bang. Yes, that's how you do it, pal. Well,
and do the chop a couple of times, and then
do the chop in the corner.
That's my only move. The Jarvis chop.
It's the best move ever. That Jarvis chop is. Yeah. No greater move.
Stephanie comes in and say Donnarumma four Donnarumma saves, 2 disallowed goals. Woodwork hit 2 times, 1 goal scored, clean sheet, and 3 effing points. So lots to take in. Thank you, Stephanie.
Dominant figures that is, isn't it? When you look at that is just pure domination. I mean, Donnarumma saves. It's save from.
The one from Casemiro when he's on the ground, he just like flicks his foot up, and how he managed to save that one. That's for me, that's an incredible save. It
reminded me of Schmeichel, because as he went down, he lifted it. Did you notice he lifted his right leg? Whether it was instinct or not, I don't know. But the way that he did it, because Casemiro thought, I'm going to loop it. It was a brilliant save. I don't blame him. At the time, I thought, you fucking cocky bastard when you celebrate. But actually, when I looked at the slow motion, I don't blame him. Fair play to him. It was a brilliant save. Brilliant save. They were saying he got something on Ahmad, shot it at the post.
Yeah.
But he did do it, apparently. So.
I will see. Maybe I have that. I 100% have that one, but
it's difficult to say.
I think I have 1,000 clips from this game. For me.
No, I bet you do. Yeah. While you're doing that, Jamie said it was good to see us wanting constantly score, not sitting back. Absolutely. I thought at one point, with about 3 minutes into, about 3 minutes into 90 minutes, Bruno was playing, and I think Cunha was doing a bit, wasn't he? In their corner, and I don't want to see that. I want to see us keep going and keep going and keep going. I totally agree, Jamie. I think you're right on that one, mate.
I saw someone in the chat, but this one, Stu, I just want to ask you this one, because PT90 comes in and say Amorim gaslighted us all and made us doubt ourselves.
It's a fair comment.
Well, what do you reckon? Do you think something in that, or?
Well,
maybe Amorim was too honest, and took away a little bit of the magic a manager needs to have, to get the players to believe in themselves, get them to believe that they are actually better than they are performing. Maybe it was too.
Well, let's put it this way: Carrick has gone in with a similar attitude, because we haven't mentioned the biggest elephant in the room yet, and he's 6'4". He didn't even get a sniff, and that's Sesko. He's 6'4". He didn't get a sniff. Scored twice in three goals in 2 games. Didn't even get a sniff today. He will be wondering and asking the question as to why. I didn't get it. So Carrick. So my point is here. He also dropped Cunha. He dropped Heaven. Okay, and these players have been playing. So Carrick's gone in. He's made a statement. So he's clearly no wilting flower. He's clearly no yes man. He's clearly gone in and said to the players, I'm in charge. This is what I do. You either like it or you don't. We both. I was very clear. You thought Maynard would play. I didn't, and I didn't think he'd play because of how he's played since he's been on. But he was a different Maynard today. So credit where credit's due to KB Maynard. I think we should. I know you gave me your man of the match, and I don't think you're far off, to be honest, mate. I really don't. I saw a maturity out of KB Maynard I'd not seen, and that's when I said to you. I texted the group. I said, this phase of play, Maynard needs to come out of the game, because he wasn't doing anything. And then all of a sudden, he comes back into the game. And he comes back into it with a real purpose. So whether he was taking a few minutes for himself, I don't know. Nobody knows. Only he knows that. But he demonstrated something we haven't seen the last 18 months out of KB Mania, which I liked. Carrick has demonstrated something straight away. He's gone in and he's made his choices. Big decisions, Cunha and Sesko. Would you not agree?
100%. But I think tonight was about setting up the team who could defend and keep the space narrow and stay compact.
And he might think, actually, Sesko will be better off next weekend. So he might have told him, you might not get on today, but you will against Arsenal.
Ferguson used to do this also all the time.
All the time.
I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised at all.
All the time. I mean, there's plenty of players that have said, you're not playing this game. Why not? You're not right for it, but you are playing next week, and you just have to accept it as a player. So it'll be interesting to see what happens there, my old mate. To be honest, looking forward to Sunday.
Me too.
It's 4:30 Sunday. It must be.
It is. Better Call Ruben comes in. Better Call Sal comes in and say Ruben made the subs at the right time today. Played it well. Amorim was tired. Ugarte came in instead. So yeah, I agree. I think it timed the subs really well. It timed them really well.
He did.
Rich is coming on, by the way. I sent him.
Rich.
Big up, Rich.
Big up.
Hi, how you doing?
Good.
It's nice to be able to smile, isn't it, Rich?
I know. I think we spoke quite recently, and I said it'd be nice to talk about a game where we play well. And I didn't think it was going to happen in the City game, to be honest. That was a bonus.
Well, you and me and Jarvis as well, and a lot of the team, we were torn on stuff yesterday when we were picking the team and doing the tactics. Rich, we were really torn on what he would do, what he wouldn't do, and he made some surprises. But hey, it worked. Whatever he's done.
I quite liked it. You know, I was going to say that when we started the game, and you look at the lineup, and people are talking about dropping people. I think it's actually sensible to have some good players on the bench that are going to be good options. And whenever I'm looking at it, if you look at the bench and you see nothing but, say a year ago, we look at Lindelof and loads of 17-year-olds. Okay, if the game's going badly wrong, you got nothing there. And some of the games this year, you look at the bench and think there's nothing there. Maybe there's Xerxes, but there's not much. And today I was looking at it thinking, we got options there. We got Cunha can come on. We got Sesko can come on. We've got Mason Mount can come on. And I think this is good. Like, no matter how the game goes, you've got ways of changing it. And there's another positive as well, that we're winning 1-0 on top in the game. We don't make defensive substitutions and go into our shell. We just stick with what's working. And that for me was definitely something which is a positive. I was actually watching the game today and enjoying it with thinking, we might not win because Donnarumma made a few saves. And when Casemiro missed that shot, or you can say it's a good save.
Good save. Yeah.
I think it was just, I was thinking, is it going to be one of those games where we play well but don't get over the line? But we just carried on. And to be honest, I was expecting more from City.
So, Rich, that's a really interesting point, because I think most of us, even in the chat, would have, we played really well today. Maybe we haven't got over the line, but actually we have performed very, very well. We performed better. You made your point. I totally agree with you about the subs, by the way, in as much as it's great to see a Sesko on the bench, a Cunha on the bench. You can look across, can't you? Bruno can look across and think, 5 minutes to go, 10 minutes to go, he was taken off. We could go off knowing that we've got a bit of quality to come on. So he went off for Mason Mount, for example. When was the last time, forget his injury, when was the last time Bruno was subbed off in a match?
Yeah.
It never happens, does it? I mean, when Bruno was injured, I was doubting it. I was thinking, they're saying he's injured. He's probably broke, if he's done his hamstring, I was thinking he might still be in the team. But no, it's one of those situations where I think the team, one of the things that I did think about during the match was we reverted to almost the defence we had 3 years ago. We got Maguire, we got Shaw, we got Dalot. And I was thinking it'd be good over the course of the season. I know in these sort of games, it's good to get the experience, but gradually working with some of the young players and bringing them through. I thought Dorgu was really good. And he was someone that before he scored, I was going to give praise. I thought he's because he's played as a left back predominantly. He looks good and he looks dangerous going forward now. But I think when he's in defensive positions as well, he looks pretty confident. And I thought there was a period of play where I think lots of one-touch passing. And I think you could hear the crowd after clapping, where we were on the side of the pitch. I think there was about 4 or 5 back passes. We
Left
worked it
hand
through midfield, opened up the space, and you could see the crowd were like enjoying it. And I was watching it thinking, we're actually outplaying Man City. And the point I wanted to make, I know I'm waffling a bit, but the point I wanted to make was we've beaten City loads of times over the last decade. This is one of the first times we haven't just beaten City, we've dominated City. We've had chance after chance. I thought Donnarumma was possibly man of the match before we started scoring goals, and he was making save after save. And he kept City in it. It could have been 4-0, and it wouldn't have been. It would have reflected the game. I thought we were very dominant. And like Jules said, 1-0, 2-0. We're going for the next goal, and this is like something I've not seen for ages. United, we're not happy with 1-0. Let's get a second and third. And honestly, I was thinking 6 months ago, we'd be 1-0. Go all right. Let's protect it. Let's go cautious. And I was going, no, don't. We didn't do that. We just. And honestly, Foden, 45 minutes, barely did a thing. Got substituted. Cherky came on, said he was going to kill Man United, did nothing. He was dreadful.
Terrible.
And the menu, I think a lot of credit goes to United because City are not a bad team, but we made them look pretty average today.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you know, your points are very well made and correct about Donnarumma. It's worth mentioning, though, that Laman's collected 2 or 3 crosses at good times for us. When he was surrounded by like a Haaland or not a Rico Lewis, who's the left back. Oh, what's his name?
Makes it look easy, doesn't he?
He does.
Laman just makes it look. He just made it look like a straightforward, like your child throws you the ball, you just catch it and then just like roll it out or throw it out to. And it's one of these things that we just haven't seen, have we? We just haven't seen a competent goalkeeper.
Yeah. So, everything you said, Richard, totally agree with, mate. Yeah, 100%. On the button.
I was seeing one thing that made me laugh was when I think Man United scored the second, or maybe it was when Mount's third one was disallowed. It cut to Pep Guardiola, and I think he was talking to someone next to him. They had no idea what to do. Like City couldn't change anything over the 90 minutes to impact the game. It was like it's the first time I've seen a dominant performance from start to finish against City.
You could tell on minute 33 when they panned in on Guardiola and his face was blank. He got nothing. He got nothing in his brain. He got nothing. He didn't know what to do, how to act, how to stand. He just got nothing. Guardiola today, he just didn't know what to do. The only time we've seen that was when Ten Hag scored him twice. Guardiola hadn't got a clue what to do in the FA Cup final when we beat them 2-1 at Old Trafford.
Yeah, the FA Cup final, that was probably the last time where, and the only difference between this game and that game was probably we had Onana in goal, so we let Dorgu score that goal, didn't we? Lamans would have probably just saved it and would have just gone for it. I do agree that I saw a comment in the chat by Trevor saying our 5th goal. It could have been 5-0, couldn't it? And
yeah. Could have been. I just want to say we got to keep in mind maybe we are. I want to always be cautious when it comes to football and this Manchester City team. Maybe they are not as good as we expected. They have Guardiola injured. They had Josh Stones injured. They have Ruben Diaz injured. So a lot of their defenders are injured. So their defense today was horrible from a Manchester City standards.
Yeah.
Maybe this was one of the reasons they couldn't perform, and maybe we're a little bit lucky, meeting a weekend Manchester City team, and the graduation will be next week against Arsenal. We will see actually how we will do against a better team. I'm just putting it out there just to
I'd say it's like good to have balance. Do you think that City had a lot of possession, but they never looked threatening? And if you look at the players on the pitch, they got Cherky, they got Foden, they got Semenyo. I mean, there was Rangers playing. I mean, they didn't impact the game, but and Haaland, and I don't think. Did Lamans make a save? Like they might have had something that registered a shot on target, but I don't think Lamans. I honestly can't remember him actually struggling with anything.
I made a point, Rich, that right at the beginning of the show, I felt that Guardiola disrespected us. He didn't pick. He picked a team with arrogance. Rangers on the bench, as you correctly pointed out, he scored 3 and 2, something along those lines. Cherky's been playing the best football since he's been at City. He thought we were coming, we would win. No two ways about it. Where we did, we worked hard. Me and Jarvis we're discussing last night at great length on how we would press them, where we would press them, and why we would do that. I thought Sesko would come in and would press the two centre halves, Usmanov and the younger lad, whoever he is, because I felt that's where we could get at them. Jarvis was talking more about the interchanging pressing, and I said yes, providing Carrick can run and play and shield our back foot. As it transpired, we did all of that today. We've never done that before. It's always been one or the other, and it's never been the press, the high press. It's always been the mid-block press. And that's why I think
it almost worked, didn't it? I think Mbeumo won the ball back high up the pitch. I think Bruno Fernandes, there was a couple where they were kind of 50-50s given us foul as well. But I thought that in the first sort of 10 or 15, you could see City's defence we were getting at them. And in the past, we've often, like you said, we've let City have possession out of defence and maybe gone into a mid-block, where this time we didn't let City settle. And it's always the little things and also then sometimes we go into more 4-4-2, and City just they didn't know they could get past us. And for me, it's I know it's one game, but I was just seeing just a lot of different things I liked, and throughout the whole match, all these things you think, okay, I don't think it's a one-off. If you organise the team better, and we're only talking about a few training sessions, but also continual goal threat, the attitude of the players for 90 minutes, the substitutions. There was just, for me as a fan, I've kind of been starving for positivity, and now I'm kind of ticking all these boxes of things I like seeing.
Yeah. No, I totally agree. Rich.
Stu, talking about our defense, I just want to show you guys this one and have your take, because there's nothing actually going on in this clip. It's just our defensive shape, and City are in possession, just rolls the ball from one side to the other around us, but there's no openings. And if you look at this picture, you see a player like Dorgu almost playing like a left back. You have Luke Shaw, Licha. You have Maguire like a back three. So on the other side, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then you have Casemiro in front of the centre backs and a midfield 4. So again, I think it was interesting seeing and watching and looking at how we defended, and but also when we had a chance, we pushed hard. We were aggressive. It's okay sitting back, but you need to be aggressive all the time when you have the chance. You need, I call it instead of they call it the pump press. You go when, let's say, if the ball is in front of Dorgu needs to push. He needs to push, and we did it. We did it a lot of the time. So if you look at this clip, we're just waiting. But when the chance is there, we go and we push and we push and we push. So I will show you more. I need to take it down first, and now we can take it up again. You all know why. So again, Luke Shaw, Dorgu pushes together. You look at them, and I want to show you. The play goes over to the other side. You see Mbeumo even going down, defending as a fullback. But I just want to show you this instance because it tells me a little bit about how the play is going. So now we're back again. So look at this, Casemiro. So the ball goes over to one side, but look at Casemiro here. When the ball comes in, look how he sprints into press. That's the aggression I'm talking about. You don't let the man have the time, as when he comes into 20, 25 yards, then you push hard. So it's okay to be defensive, sitting back, but you need to have this aggression. And it's a full-on sprint. This was the key for how we defended, and we didn't open up anything for Manchester City. We would rather take our forwards playing as fullbacks and stay compact rather than pushing out our fullbacks and opening up.
The interesting point there was Casemiro got that completely wrong.
He did,
he got it completely wrong. What I was so amazed about with the City player, he got that he'd won the space. Pressing's all about spatial domination, isn't it? And he gets the ball. and he makes his, Casemiro comes in. Casemiro did brilliantly, because what he does, he made the lad think about what he should be doing with it. Then he comes stumbling because he's going that quick, which I thought was quite funny. But that was the space that the City player had then won. Instead of turning left and then going into the acres of space, he passes it back. So it was really quite interesting.
Well, I don't think it was Casemiro's fault. I think it was actually Ahmad who was dragged over to.
No, it wasn't Casemiro's fault. He just got it.
Suddenly there was a pocket in the half space, and as soon as Casemiro saw it, he closed it down.
He was there. He was there, innit? It was just, but that's what happened.
He saw the danger and he reacted, and then he sprinted into it. So I think this was one of the keys. It wasn't perfect, but we had the aggression and we had the awareness when it mattered.
I've done it as a centre half, Jarvis. I've come, steaming in and tripped. But luckily enough, I've managed to get my shoulder into his leg, and he's gone down with me. But that's ultimately what had happened. It was quite an interesting passage of play, but our timing and our ability to not actually utilise energy by pressing, it was just a jog over here.
I wish I could play the whole 25
pressing angle
just to see how we move as a unit. We push when we have the opportunity. There's so much.
Me. What do I talk about? I always talk about it, don't I? Ridiculous. But what the point I wanted to make was we didn't utilise any energy. We didn't burn any energy doing it. We just popped into space here, popped into space there. We zonal pressed until we could hit them. As soon as we could get them,
it just looked calm, didn't it? Because I think when I've been watching United for like a long time, but recently, towards the end of matches, I start thinking, whatever you got on the scoreboard, you think, right, can we hold on to this draw? Can we hold on to this victory? And I just thought that the more the game went, I just felt more relaxed, because I was watching like passages of play like that where we look so in control that you think, right, they're not going to take shots from distance because Lamans is a competent goalkeeper. They can't really work anything because, like I said, we're not giving them any time and space. There's good marking there. There's good movement. And I think we just looked a bit like, the FA Cup final, where you limit City time, you make it difficult for them, because I think if you give them time and space, most players are going to look a lot better than they are. But I think we actually made good players look a bit average today, which is, again, City aren't a bad team. I think we stopped them doing things that maybe other teams let them do. And I think we played to our strengths as well. And I know City have got some players out, but I think City, they've got an extremely good squad. So they should be competitive. This wasn't remotely competitive. If you hadn't watched the game, you'd be looking at it thinking 2-0. But when you watch the game, you're thinking 2-0 is kind to City. It could have been a really embarrassing one.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
One of the things I do think is like positive. It's about being one match. I think sometimes when you get coaches come in, maybe it's more about teams near the bottom of the league. I think a bit of organisation can happen quite quickly, like in terms of drilling the defence. You can see that quite quickly. And it's the attacking play that I was very impressed with, because the speed of attack, particularly that down the wings and the one-touch passing, maybe the understanding of players, maybe they're playing in more comfortable positions. But I think that, to be honest, I was a bit surprised by how good we looked for the full 90, because I thought, sometimes we can do little spells of, but I think the whole thing today was, if we do the same against Arsenal, I'll be too optimistic for some people.
Well, it remains to be seen. But he's a decent coach, Steve Holland. With people don't rate him, but he's very similar to Dave Sexton, 70s revered coach, very, very good coach, not very good as a manager. Steve McLaren, very, very good coach. Brian Kidd, very good coach. He's a good coach, Steve Holland.
That's sometimes what you need, because I was saying to people recently that Alex Ferguson, manager for so long, but lots of different assistant managers, putting different, very good coaches, like when we talk about the ones you just mentioned there, but also Carlos Queiroz as well, and other just have different ideas, different and very intelligent coaches. And I think with this, that maybe that's right. Maybe that's what we got to get the balance right. That would be the plan, because it's not, when people are talking about Solskjaer coming in as manager, I was thinking, okay, but he's not necessarily going to be doing all the coaching. You've got a team together, and maybe this is it. Maybe we're getting a good balance between different people.
Yeah. Yes, Steve Holland should manage Netherlands.
But by the way, talking about coaches like Steve Holland, and I talked about this when it came to Amorim. He needed a good assistant manager with some experience, and having a 29-year-old and a 34-year-old, and that's bullshit. We called it right away, and they didn't seem to understand what's needed, and for Wilcox, putting his nose into Amorim's business, maybe he shouldn't. Maybe you should have helped him and said to him, "You need an assistant coach with some Premier League experience for it to work." And also, I think Steve Holland is a hugely influential character on Carrick because of this. I think it helps to have someone who actually knows what they're doing, who's been around a long time, and because one man can't know it all. It's just the way it is. We are all human beings. It includes Pep Guardiola, it includes Alex Ferguson, it includes all of them. They need someone they can ask for advice. Sometimes someone they can spar. They can try out their ideas, and actually, like Stu and I are doing.
Yes.
I don't know everything about football, but sometimes when we talk, we land on the correct decision. And maybe I was wrong in the first place, or maybe Stu was wrong. But when you go back and forward, you come to the right answer. And I think this is how you analyze football. And I think you need people around you who actually knows what they're talking about. So I'm so relieved. I'm so happy that we have a guy. I didn't know much about Holland, other than he was the England assistant manager, but I gradually read up a little bit about him, so I have more respect for that guy, and hopefully it's the right choice. So I would say it's a good call from Carrick, bringing him into the coaching staff. Guys, we are on a limit because I promised Noureddin I would be on his show. He said he was going live 10:30, so we need to go through the two goals before we wrap it up. So maybe 10 more minutes, and then we will be off. So I wanna go with the first goal first, and City were in possession. They had a free kick high up the pitch. It's a long session, so I can't play it all. I can go frame by frame. Harry Maguire had a beautiful header out, and I think this Brian Mbeumo first touch, and how he managed to get the ball out of pressure, with his left foot. This is a detail. This is quality. That's super quality. And now you see we have runners, people who are actually going into full sprint. It's not jogging, it's full sprint.
I love this bit of the game. When I was watching this, it was just look at the City, the panic on the City players.
Yeah, but they're not far behind, and this is, what are you supposed to do in a situation like this? But we take our time, keep running, and we are almost 4 against 2. So let me just take it down, and we can play the rest of the goal. But it's like watching old Fergie teams, and actually under Ole. And this also reminds me of the latest Fergie team with Ronaldo, Tevez, Rooney. You've seen proper
remember the goal against Arsenal? Was it like Rooney, Park, Ronaldo, but devastating speed?
Do you know what this goal is? Do you know what this goal is, gentlemen? It's a carbon copy, exactly the same type of goal that we scored against Liverpool in the Cup when we beat them 4-3 and Ahmed got the winner. Started in exactly the same position, started with 3 players, and the ball from Bruno to Mbeumo is the same ball to Ahmed, and Ahmed clipped it into the far corner. It's exactly the same goal. Brilliant. It was brilliant then, and it's brilliant now. Fantastic goal this is.
And Stu, I love how Bruno disguises his pass.
Thank you.
He opens up his body, and it looks like the pass is going this way, and he disguises the pass so it goes into Dorgu. So
brilliant.
Mbeumo. So let's just look at it. Opens up his body, just that little feint, and a beautiful finish from Mbeumo.
Quick question, and you're right about Bruno, but how many people were screaming, "Give it to Ahmed"? In the chat, how many of you were screaming, "Give it to Ahmed"? Because Mbeumo's position at that time, opposed to Ahmed's position at that time,
Yeah, but if
Everybody
you
was
but
screaming,
Stu, look at
Ahmad.
the defenders. Look how their body is angled.
That's why.
So
That's why
the
people are
pass would have
taking
been
the
right, but they stopped because of Bruno's
yeah.
feint, the way he opened up his body. You know, it's Bruno brilliance. This one, it's so
It
good.
is. It is Bruno brilliant. It's lovely how Mbeumo lets it run across his body before he takes a shot. Fantastic.
So again,
there he goes. Take your time. Bang.
Yes. Beautiful goal.
Brilliant goal. Absolutely.
Very nice finish, wasn't it? Because Donnarumma was on it today. That was a good finish.
Yeah, it was fantastic. Fantastic ball right from the beginning. The Maguire header to the actual goal. What was it? 10 seconds, something like that. 15 seconds.
But the elements of qualities, too. You know.
Yes.
Besides the header, I think the left foot from Mbeumo just flicking it over the defender, and the willingness to actually go on the counter attack and not just jogging, not 70%, not 80%, but 110% sprint all the way from all players.
Yeah,
not just one or two, but all players.
Absolutely superb.
Yeah. So, you know, if Carrick can make these players do this every game, we will easily start winning games. You know?
He's been such a good signing in Mbeumo. During the transfer window, he was the one signing I really wanted because I really liked watching Brentford last season, and I just and he's kind of like delivered exactly what I was hoping. Like the goal against Liverpool, goal against City. I think I didn't realize how good his first touch was when before he signed him, but there's been a few games where balls from say Bayern weren't great, but his control to open up, like to put the ball into space, is just really good. And I think that's that goal as well. Lovely finish. He started and finished that move, didn't he?
Yeah. Fantastic goal.
It was. So let's have a look at the second goal. Again, I can. It's a long clip, so
this goal I really love because I was during the match I was talking up Dorgu because I thought he was outstanding. So I was so happy he got this goal.
So Dorgu, we won the. It started with I think it was a throw-in. Dorgu won the ball. Bruno takes it down, one touch to Cunha. And then Cunha tries to turn with the ball and starts running, but there's no space, so he just moves sideways over to Mbeumo, no, to Ahmad. And in this instance, you know, I think this movement from Ahmad is pure class. How he turns back and sees Cunha. I think that's a beautiful disguised pass, and you know how they communicate. Good players, they play well together. It's not the obvious pass, and
it wasn't the obvious passes into Casemiro. I totally agree with you. He took two players out with that one simple turn and ball. Absolutely brilliant. And Haaland, I don't know what Haaland was doing. I think he was having a kip, wasn't he? Was he sleeping, Haaland? But the actual turn, it's a good spot there, Jarvis, because normally Ahmad would go back. He would. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You look at 90% of his games, he goes back. He never turns around and makes a clinical pass, which he did there.
So Cunha gets the ball, he turns with it and go one against the defender. Fantastic. I think it's
Rico Lewis is not on. Oh no, is it
Rico Lewis or
the other guy? Yeah,
Lewis.
Not Lewis, the other guy. Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah. So Cunha, I think this is Cunha at his best. You know, he's so strong, he's so determined when he tries to go past him. You know, there's nothing that can stop him right now. I feel like he decided in his head, I'm going past him, and it's not stopping me.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, what a ball! Such a difficult finish that is. By the way,
look at the defender. Look at Dorgu here.
Yeah. City are not in a bad position, Jarvis.
No.
Defensively, not in a bad position at all. It's a will and a want to score. This is.
Yeah, 100%. So again, you know, and it's about, we talked about it a little bit about last time. You used to mention Sesko, how he should have come in front of him and use his body and not
use his body,
not getting bullied over. And I think this is determination from Dorgu. Yeah.
There was a couple of other moments in the game where I think when the ball was like going towards the goal line, going out for a goal kick, and you can see Dorgu able to get himself goal side of the player. I think one where he went down, he might have gone down a bit easily, but you can see he's actually uses his physique pretty well. He's pretty powerful, pretty strong, but also he gets into those positions. That's something that we didn't see Rasmus able to do. Maybe Sesko not so much, but I think Dorgu is, considering, he's been at the club for about 1 year now, isn't he? And I said last season that you're going to see, you're going to have to wait until next season to see him try and do what we're hoping he would do. I think he's been one of the most improved players over the last month. Like this sort of performance, I think, has been coming. And I know when I was talking about transfers last year, that people were really underwhelmed by the window. But I think like a Dorgu deal last January and an Aidenheaven deal, these are, I know people were talking about transfers a lot during this stream, but these sort of deals are good. I mean, we still need to address the midfield, but I think these are actually quite cheap deals, weren't they? Dorgu about 25 million. It's
fucking brilliant goal lines.
Yeah,
keeper had no chance.
He just like jumps in front of him just to get in front of him. He puts everything on the line just to win that ball.
He had no chance, Donnarumma.
When you're watching it, the first time I watched it, you watch the replay again, you see the starting position, you just think, how has he got to that? Like the defender's got to be stronger there.
He does, and it's a gamble on Cunha.
How many times he's gone for it, isn't he?
Yeah, how many times has Cunha put the ball across the face of the goal and nobody's been there?
Have you seen a few games early on in the season where someone puts across that, and you just think, why is no one attacking it? And for me, this is what you want to see, that someone's like Dorgu's taking a bit of a gamble, and maybe he's got like a bit of a head start. I think if you look at that screenshot there, he looks physically a lot stronger than that defender he's against, and it's just overpowered him. And it's, like you said, it's a good finish, really nice.
Again, Bruno's in a brilliant position as well for any kind of cutback.
I was like shouting at my laptop with like when this goal went in, I was just so happy. I don't know why. For some reason, I think Dorgu's got a lot of the stick, and I was being a bit defensive of him because I think it's just like the Evra Vidic situation. A player comes in January, Ruben Amorim, the way the team's set up, the way the team's performing, I was giving the benefit of the doubt. But I'm hoping that hopefully this isn't a one-off. I think we're seeing a few good games from Dorgu now, and we're seeing a bit of improvement.
Yeah. No, I agree.
Dorgu is growing on me. I have to be honest. I think
I prefer him on the right.
Still a little bit erratic on the ball, but his physicality is such an athlete. He's built as an athlete, and for me, he's young. He will only get better and more physical,
he's got a good attitude,
stronger, and he will learn to read the game.
I think the things he's strong in are the things you can't coach. Like he's got the physicality. I think he's got the mentality, and you can see the drive he's got in terms of, like, there was a couple of games very early on where he lost the ball. The first thing he does is he's sprinting back, wins the ball back. I think he will make mistakes, but I think he's one of these players that will make up for mistakes as well by addressing things he does wrong. I think he's a decent player. I do agree with Yarli that I liked what I saw from him, but he is going to make mistakes. It's the same as Aidenheaven and Yori. They make mistakes, but I'm usually more critical of a player that's, say, got 10 years of experience behind them making the mistake. Whereas if someone coming in, you're expecting this, aren't you? That you're expecting Dorgu to make mistakes. He played for Lecce as a left back, and where he's playing for Man United, it's a huge step up.
Everybody makes mistakes. It's just how you react to the mistakes. For me,
that's all the time. Terrible when I'm playing. Terrible.
But guys, before we wrap up, I see Noradin is going live soon. I just want to show you this.
Have you got the offside one?
Oh, I promised you guys. Yeah, we have to do the offside one too. But I just want to show you this for a laugh. Everybody pay attention, because I want you to focus on one guy and one guy only in this clip. And what am I doing? Here we go. So focus on the guy in the middle. Focus on Turkey. We are playing rondo around Turkey, and he just gives up. He's just like so dizzy. He almost falls over. Look at him.
That's the bit I really enjoyed watching.
He'd had enough then, hadn't he, Turkey? He was like, fuck it, I can't be bothered.
You got to see it again. It makes me laugh. Look at him. He just gives up. I've been there myself as a footballer. You want to be determined. You want to win the ball. You try everything, but you gas out. You have nothing more left. Nothing more left to give. But look at him. Look at Sturkey.
It's a lovely play.
And he even like in this instance, he just drops his head. But where am I?
Enough's enough. Yeah,
sort of like a cartoon.
Yes.
That's the thing, though. I think we broke City today. Honestly, like you can see Pep, you can see the players.
Yeah, spirit was broke. I totally agree. Like I say, Guardiola, I hadn't seen him like that since we took them apart twice last with Eric Ten Hag. Just didn't know what to fucking do. It's really, really funny. He'll be moaning. He'll be on the phone to Infantino. You got to stop Man United somehow.
Yeah, they're gonna have to buy another few players in January, maybe.
Yeah, he's just a baby, and Guardiola. It's funny, actually.
Yes. He's crying all the time.
I'm gonna have to jump off in a second, guys.
We're almost finished now, anyway. Because
that clip is like bringing a tear to my eye. It's so funny, isn't it? But
yeah.
I just want to show you guys the offside goal, the third goal Mason Mount scored. Again, it's the same counter-attacking thing, and I'm coming in late into this, but it's Ahmad on the ball. It's for me. I want you guys to focus on one thing, and that's Rodri in the middle of the park. For me, I feel like he's deeper than Nathan Ake, who's defending here. And when you watch the VAR footage, they are focusing on Nathan Ake. So for me, that's something I can't quite understand.
No,
this is the pass where the offside is.
He looks at. Oh fuck! Is it his finger or something?
No, well, I don't know, Stu, but I can show you the picture.
Angle, it doesn't look.
I don't know. It doesn't look offside to me, though.
No,
this is
you're looking at
the AR picture, but you see, it's Nathan Ake.
His toe.
But it's Nathan Ake. It's not on Rodri. If I go back, look at Rodri. I think he's deeper than Nathan Ake.
He's behind Rodri.
Yeah, Rodri's like chest and head would be.
Rodri's
one side.
Rodri's about that much. Is he doing it on Ake? Is he?
He's not the last man, is he? That's the thing.
Ake's not the last man. No, I don't understand that. Sorry, Jarvis, I don't get that.
It's just it's the closest man. I mean, it's not the best angle, but Rodri's leaning forward, isn't he? So you can't look at the feet. Looking at the line, though, Rodri's chest is like touching the pale green line.
It's a strange one. I would love VAR or PGMOL to come out and explain this.
They'll talk about it Monday morning on Sky, but it won't be an official representation from the PGMOL. They will talk about it on Monday morning on Sky. They'll probably talk about it tomorrow, Jarvis, before the 4:30 kickoff, whoever it is. But that doesn't look right. I didn't think it was offside when we were live. I wondered whether they might have, because Konya didn't really pass it in front of Mount, did he? It was kind of a square.
No, it was not Mount. Anyway,
no, I know it wasn't Mount. I thought originally it might have been Kunya's original ball into Mount, but if it was Nathaniel, then wow, that's just. Sorry, mate, I don't get that one at all.
No, neither do I. Maybe it's the angle. Maybe there's something that we're not seeing on TV. But for me, I felt like it was never an offside. And
I'm going with you on that one.
Like a good goal.
Offside. Yeah, not offside. I'm going.
And we can just watch the finish and see, Mason Mount scoring. Swiss Cunha passing it to Mason Mount, and 3-0. Game was over at this moment, but. It didn't matter anyway. But it would have been better in winning 3-0. Maybe I'm asking a little bit too much.
Well, they beat us 3-0. It would have been brilliant at their place, didn't they? We didn't play well at all that game. It would have been great if we beat them 3-0. But you know what? At the end of the day, 2-0, lads. Come on.
Let's hope so. Let's hope. Stephanie, the arm's not counting. It's only the pass you can score with that counts when it comes to offside.
But we've seen armpit hair, haven't we? We've seen shoulders.
But it starts here.
Yeah, we've seen all sorts of things, haven't we? So anyway,
yeah, but
it is what it is.
I heard someone say it's a 5 centimeter. It's 5 centimeters off.
That's what they're supposed to. They're supposed to be. There's supposed to be a bit of daylight now, isn't there? I don't know if it starts next season or it's already in place now. But it's supposed to be daylight.
It's in place. It's in place. Yes.
Well, in that case, they got it wrong then, because there's no daylight there. No chance.
They need to calibrate their equipment. You know,
I'm not having that. Even if it was Rodri, there was no daylight there either. So either way, there was no daylight between the two. So that's bullshit then straight away. The goal.
Yeah.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we beat City today 3-0. The score doesn't reflect it, but we beat them 3-0. So welcome.
Yes. Let's end on this one before I say my final goodbyes.
That's how you do it. That's how you do it.
That's how you do it. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. It's been a great night. I will jump over to Noradin's channel. Rich, are you going live now, or?
No. I did a very short video earlier. I just wanted to take the evening off, have a break, enjoy the win.
Yes.
And I was very happy. Really good day. And I think for people that are talking about it's one game, enjoy the game, because this is the best I've seen Manchester United play for a long time against a good City team. So enjoy it. Really good performance.
It was. I want to thank End the Madness, Jules, Rob Taft, Stephanie, all of you guys coming in. I am Titanium, Jamie Wayne, rest of you legends. If you want to watch more football, let me redirect over to Noradin's channel. Give me 2 seconds. Here, Stu, can you say thank you to the rest of the guys?
Yeah, big thanks to everybody, actually. It's been a great day, been a great show. Thanks to Rich for coming on, mate. You've been absolutely brilliant, as always. You're always welcome to come on as a guest.
Thanks for having me come on.
Yeah, no problem. Trevor Wade's been in the house. Rob Tamp's in the house. Jules has been in the house. End of Madness. Jamie Wayne. Crikey, who else is there?
Rushmano as well. If you can't enjoy this, football isn't for you. Exactly. If you can't enjoy this, why bother watching? It's a great game. And I would say this as well. I was enjoying the match at 0-0. I was enjoying the match then. And when it became a dominant victory, just even off the level. Let's enjoy it, guys.
Yeah.
Thank you, everybody, for please.
Sunday. Well, I was going to say we'll be back Monday night for Jarvis's Corner. So that's myself, Jarvis, and Mark, and another probably. We don't know yet. But go and tune in. Subscribe to Rich's channel if you're not subscribed, and go and join Jarvis over with Noradin.
With Noradin, United Real Therapy. And guys, I will redirect. So just wait after the outro, and there will be a link on top of the chat, so you can go there and tell Noradin Tactical Devils Raid. So again, thank you everybody for tuning in, and hopefully we will see you on the next. So everybody have a good night, and bye.
Bye.